Hello everybody, and welcome back to Burrows. That was a fun evening we had with Atri, wasn't it? Got drunk, did some things, did some fun things. You know, but now we're back at the thingy. I guess we're having a dream. We did try to go to bed. I don't really know what's happening. Guess we'll find out. That night, I had a disturbing dream. Something messed with my body. I couldn't feel my arms or move my head to look around. Well, that's fire! Lit! It doesn't hurt, but I know that thing we're in is wrong. My flesh had melted away like snow in the sun and reformed as a horrid, twisted mass. I cried out for help, and there was nobody left. Whatever had done this to me had killed everyone else, and I was the sole survivor. And then the burning began. Over and over, the flames of this ruined world wasted over me, washed over me, and scorched my exposed nerves. Unable to move, speak, or even cry, I would regenerate and experience this torture all over again. But something began to change. After dying enough times, my sunken form began to reshape. Soon I could move my fingers, and then my toes. The flames became nothing, and I grew numb. After 1,000 years of regenerating, I was able to walk. I was no longer myself. I had grown the body of a woman. This version of me had secretly hoped this would happen. I touched my chest, once bare, and felt a deep satisfaction that something was now occupying it. I squeezed my thighs together and savored the emptiness between them. All of the suffering that had been worth it. Through endless suffering, I had been reforged into the person I've always seen myself as, and the world was mine to explore, now lush and overgrown with nature, covering the ruins of civilization. As I walked, I had an inherent sense that there was another person like me somewhere on the planet. Only, they were a woman reforged into a man. Something compelled me to find him, by any means. Perhaps we were Adam and Eve, or maybe that's all my brain could come up with. But eventually we found each other, and the moment our hands touched, it all made sense. Every piece of scripture, every hymn, every night spent longing for understanding, all of it was here, fully realized, in a world created for me and my lover. Looking into my eyes, looking for... Good morning? Oh, good. You were mumbling in your sleep. I sit up and immediately feel a sharp pain in my temple. Christ. I feel like I got hit by a truck. Shouldn't have drank all those booze. This is why I don't drink, fellas. This is why I do not partake in the alcohol. Hangover. Oh, right. I guess I did get a bit, sozzled? Last night, sozzled? Is that an expression? Eh? He hands me a glass of water, and I slowly sip it, trying to choke down the growing sense of nausea in my gut. Hiro sits up on the bed, oddly tranquil compared to his usual energy. Maybe the exhaustion finally caught up to him. Caught up to him. Thanks. What time is it anyway? It was 11:20 when I went downstairs to use the bathroom, and that was about 10-ish minutes ago. Oh, fuck, half the day's already gone. He shrugs. I mean, yeah. Hey, about yesterday. I tense up. I had a feeling this conversation would happen eventually, but not first thing in the morning. Yeah? I kind of dropped the ball, just leaving you on your own. I guess I didn't like the answer you gave, and I couldn't deal with it. Sometimes I just shut down when things don't go my way. I didn't want you to see that. You needed to be alone. It's all right. I was hoping you'd be home earlier so we could work things out, but it was already after midnight, and I couldn't stay awake. Yeah, sorry. I was hanging out with Atri and we lost track of time. I figured. He holds his side and looks away. Did you two have fun? Okay. Did something, unfortunate happen to you? What does unfortunate mean? Like... Huh? No? What do you mean? Nothing. I just wondered if you'd slipped in a puddle or something on the way in. Oh, right. Because we are stinky lad. I'm trying nicely to say you smell like piss. Did you piss yourself? Oh, I check my clothes and don't see any stains that indicate I might have lost control of my bladder. No, I don't think I do. Do I? Yes! He cringes his nose, and I struggle to remember the events of the prior night. Anyway, that's not important. We had a good time. Good, I'm... Okay. His shoulders slump. No, I'm not alright. I hurt you, and I knew the second I left you in that alley yesterday that I was running away from my problems. It did sting a little. It was unacceptable. I'm sorry, Gray. Really. I did some thinking. I want you to tell me the truth. What about? Do you actually want to come with me on this trip, or did you just feel pressured to? Initially, I really wanted to. But once you told me about your plan to go back to the ship, I knew it was a bad idea. That's what I figured. It's because I care about you. I can't help but worry, even if you're capable. And it feels like you forgot that I'm here against my will. Based on everything I've seen and from what Atri thinks, the answers to that mystery lies in the forests. The woods, sorry. Not to mention the Todd. The Todd. It's capitalized. Who seems to be an ally of sorts, despite his methods. Let me adjust my seat. So, you feel like sticking with him has a better chance of getting you back home? There's no way to be sure, but I know the idea of running into Mr. Dawson again makes my skin crawl. Ari would never ask me to do that. All right. He sighs and stares straight at me, speaking without any hesitation. Are you going to come with me, or stay with Adri? I don't want to waste your time any more of your time, nor do I want to prevent you from returning home. So this is the last time I'll ask. Hiro, Please, no more coddling. Just be honest with me. Oh God, you're short. That's my first thought. It's just like, whoa, you have to like, head tilted all the way up. Stay with me, or go with him. What will it be? Choices colored red will drastically change the outcome of the story. Make a separate save if you want to experience the full story. Alright, is it red though? Red things. Thinking. Thinking. But I want to be with Charles. Because Charles is the childhood friend in this route, right? Which one lets me get to him? That's my question. Like, Atri's fun, but I'm not really like attracted. I'm not like big on like either character. So I guess we'll go with the main path. I guess we'll just go with the main path. I'm assuming that's how we've done it for most of the routes so far, right? So we'll just do that. Of course I'll stay with you, Hiro. His ears perk up, and I pat him on the head. You were the one on the card. The one who's kept me grounded this entire journey. I wouldn't know what to do with you here without you. Gray, I'm glad to hear that. He rubs his eyes and leans in for a hug. Oh, that's right. I need to tell you about the plan for today. What plan? So, as you know, we have some tools left to make for our trip, yes? I need access to my workshop, and Petra took the key away from me after my surgery. To keep you from hurting yourself, I imagine. More or less. She told me it'll only be for a week or two, but I fear that after what happened at the airship, she won't return it until I'm fully healed. So, what do you want me to do about it? I'd like you to steal it back. Hiro! Hiro! Why are you like this? Come on! Sorry, I'm laughing because I recently rewatched Over the Garden Wall. You all remember that episode with the horse that's just like, I want to steal? It's fine. What? That's so risky. Shush. Yes, but that's precisely why I need your help. Here's the plan. During lunch, I'm going to distract her while you sneak into her office and retrieve the key. It should be in one of her desk drawers. Try not to move things around too much, as she's the type to notice a single hair out of place. But I don't know. Wouldn't she notice the key's missing eventually? What if she kicks us all out over this? We only need it for today. We'll just return it once we're done. Still, going behind her back. Gray. It was my property to begin with. I'm taking back what's rightfully mine. Well, you really need it for the trip. I'll do it. Great! Thank you, Gray. And he grabs his tools and rushes out the door. Spineless. A little bit facts, though. And here I thought Hiro was going to use us less after we ditched them for Atri twice. Oh well. No, this is what I was meant to do. Hiro needs my help, and I want to be a good friend to him. Fine. Our answers lie in the wood. The fox is merely a longer means to an end. I'm in no hurry to get back. At least Hiro seems unaffected by that place's madness. Who knows? Maybe he has a different spot in mind for our trip. Yeah, for the trip. And that can't be the only wooded area around here. Coping. Would Gray know what this means? Is this... Shush. I give myself a quick check in the glass of the grandfather clock to make sure I don't look too hungover before rounding the corner into the kitchen. I'm immediately greeted by the smell of frying bacon, and I have to hold back my drool. Mrs. Klein had seemingly anticipated my reaction, already reaching for her usual whack and spoon. Hey, I'm just ogling. This is for tonight's dinner, so keep your mitts to yourself. Then what's for breakfast? She turns to the side to reveal a basket of freshly made rolls, what board? Sausages and some boiled eggs. I mean, I like those things. With how toasted you two all got last night, I figured you could use a hearty meal. Oh, you were still awake that late. A woman's work is never done, especially when I have to pick up after you lot. She tosses me a familiar-looking sock. Almost tumbled down the stairs, slipped on that darn thing. Golly, I'm sorry, ma'am. We'll be more careful next time. Where's Petra and Hiro, anyway? Oh, they're in the garden out yonder. They wanted to have a private talk. I reckon it's about that argument from the other night. That sounds like my cue to start snooping for the keys. If I remember, there is a wraparound from the kitchen back to the other side of the stairs I could use to sneak up there. What are you waiting for? You usually start eating right away, Paws. Oh, well, it just, excuse me, wouldn't feel right to start without the others. That might be a while. It sounded pretty serious from what from what I overheard. Why don't you put on a kettle? Then we could all use fresh coffee by the time they get back. How considerate of you. Don't mind me then. She turns back around and starts heating up an old-fashioned kettle. If it works anything like the ones back home, the second the water starts boiling. Now's my chance. I use the cover of the whistle to sneak over to the far side of the kitchen. She seems too absorbed in her work to notice, lowering the flame without even turning her head. It's only now that I realize how large this manor is compared to the other houses in the village. How did Petra manage to snag up the best property without even being involved with the company anyway? Light floods in from outside, and I catch a brief glimpse of an overgrown garden before noticing Hiro and Petra. They're standing a few feet away from me, a wall being the only thing separating us. Not having anticipated such large windows, I crouch so I can sneak along the length of the hallway without being spotted. It's so quiet that I can hear every word they're saying. Okay. So what is it about? Come to apologize? If so, save your breath. I'm already past it. No, not that simple. Hiro... A long pause. I use the opportunity to sneak further along. Hiro... difficult. Hiro knows. Petra scoffs. That's putting it mildly. Yes, but you know Hiro better than any other in this country. That means Hiro know you too. It's not be easy for you, since Yasami leave? Okay. I didn't expect to ever hear that name again. It hurt to say, but you also hurt when you have to say Hiro, don't you? I've made my peace with it. I thought we were both done living in the past. The past can't be changed, but that not mean it didn't happen. What's the point in dwelling on it? I knew I'd be saying goodbye to her when I agreed to the surgery. It not like Hiro inside change. Some part of Hiro feel he misled you. It's... Neither of them say anything for a while. Almost there. Almost there. Like you said, the past can't be changed. We'd both do our best to move on with our lives. Honestly, I thought you lashing out at me was your way of doing that. Admitting that what we had was a mistake. Maybe it was Hiro's mistake, but not yours. So, Hiro just want to tell you, Hiro is sorry for everything. I played my part in my misery. It shouldn't be all on you. After all, Yasami was... I really shouldn't be listening to this. I finally reached the end of the hallway and dashed around the corner to the stairs. At the very least, it sounds like they'll keep talking for a few more minutes, so I should have enough time to grab the keys and get back to the kitchen. Thankfully, the stairs see it fit not to creak this time as I reach the second floor. The door to Petra's office is wide open as usual, and I do a quick check to make sure nobody's inside before sneaking in. At the very least, this part was easy. There's only one desk in here, and it doesn't seem to be locked. All I need to worry about is putting everything else back where it belongs. Even without being warned, it's obvious that Petra would spot any discrepancies in her place. Here goes nothing. There it is. That was easy. Ito. I wasn't supposed to see that. Damn it! Just grab the key, it's fine. I doubt even Hiro knows that photo exists. Why would Petra hold on to something so damning? Now Not only could it blow his cover, but it's a brutal reminder of a past Hiro doesn't want to engage with. The only reason she'd keep it hidden away is if... Anyway, I got what I came for. What is this? What? Okay. Oh, okay. Just the photo. Oh, right, you can right-click to just exit out entirely. With my prize hidden in my pocket, I managed to sneak my way back into the kitchen without being noticed. A few minutes later, Hiro and Petra walk in and take their seats. Morning, you two. Morning. Quite. They seem to be acting normal, at least. Is all well now? Hiro starts stuffing his face with bread before he can reply. Oh, yeah. We squashed it. Indeed. Based on her reaction, it sounds like it was pretty one-sided resolution. Are you good too? He winks and I give him one in return. His smile widens and his he forks more food onto his plate. You know, I was curious about something, Petra. Her eyes widen and the look her and Hiro give me immediately makes me regret asking. I just wanted to ask how you acquired your place of operations. It's an impressive building. I suppose that's a simple story. Hiro breathes a sigh of relief before shooting me an angry glare. What? That's just a simple question, Hiro! Oh my god, let me ask questions! They don't have to do with you! This village was erected by the Zeppelin Company for its employees and their families to reside in, and it's correct to assume that I'm not affiliated with them in any way. Supposedly, this manor was already here before the village was constructed. It seems they built around it, and the original goal was the housing to be of similar quality. I'm guessing the budget wasn't there. Correct. That, or they decided to shortchange the residents and put funds elsewhere. Either way, this property remains untouched, as none of the residents could stomach the price. But Petra have money saved, right? More or less. I won a legal settlement back in Holland, and they left me with a decent amount, and it wasn't too much of a hassle to convert that to German coin. There was nobody willing to hand their practice over to a female doctor back home, but this place was willing to take whatever it could get, and so they gave me the royal treatment. Not just that, Petra work speak for itself. If I didn't know about his surgery, I'd say he's going too far with the ass kissing. Thankfully, it seems her usual suspicious nature has dulled, and she takes the compliment. Well, as enchanting as this conversation has been, and as plentiful as the coffee is, I have work to do. Okay. She gets up and we follow suit, Hiro rushing to my side as soon as she's done wiping... as soon as he is wiping his mouth. I have a lot of paperwork to toil over today, so I'll need absolute silence. I imagine you fools have something to keep, yourselves busy with. We nod in unison, and she doesn't inquire any further, turning to head upstairs. Oh, and Klein, I'll need that next pot of coffee to be extra strong. Doing labs today, are we? She groans, and I take that as a confirmation. Well, well, we'd better head out and get started. Ready? Huh. Show me the way. He grabs his tool belt, and we start walking through an unfamiliar part of town. It seems particularly destitute, which most of the buildings either being incomplete or abandoned. Alright, everyone, I'm going to end the part here. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around.